Remembering that day, well, more than 3,000 people died on 9/11, whether in the planes, on the ground responding, or in the buildings that were hit.
Yeah, and then afterwards, the effects from those buildings in the fight as well there. And that's obviously more than 3,000 families still alive, left grieving, changed forever no matter how many years have passed. So we spoke to one of those people still grieving, a Jacksonville man whose son was on Flight 93 that crashed in Pennsylvania that day. It's a CD Jerry Guadagno just recently found, something he didn't know existed. An old recording he doesn't know from when, found in some packed away boxes. It's his son Richard playing the guitar.
I never knew Richard was so good a player.
It's a gift, he says, learning something new about his son, even though he's been gone 13 years.
Yeah, it was on the Tuesday. It was a beautiful morning. I'll never forget it.
Richard was a 38-year-old federal agent with U.S. Fish and Wildlife. He lived in Eureka, California, and was visiting his family in New Jersey, there to celebrate his grandmother's 100th birthday, September 10th, 2001. His father took him to the airport for his trip home the next day.
The usual, Rich, call us when you get there. I said, yes, Dad, I will. I saw him walk away. And
Jerry got home an hour later. By that time, the first plane had hit the World Trade Center.
I remember calling Bea, my wife. She was in the kitchen. I told her, I said, Bea, there could be some problems with Richard.
His son was one of 40 on board United Flight 93 to San Francisco, a flight hijacked. Investigators saying it was heading for D.C., crashed in a field in Pennsylvania.
Tough day. Very difficult.
Investigators later determined passengers took back that plane from the terrorists, forcing it to crash land before hitting its intended mark. They say Richard, with his federal law enforcement training, was on the front line taking back the cockpit.
When reality set in on that airplane, Richard did what he had to do.
A Renaissance man who loved nature, photography, he even built bass guitars by hand. Jerry says his son surprised him every day.
Miss him terribly. We really miss him.
And finding this recording, just another surprise from a son who continues to make his father proud.
I try to think what he would accomplish. He's a remarkable guy.
Yeah, Richard did lots of work for the National Park Service. He now has several hiking trails in California and Oregon named for him. Even the Visitor Center at Humboldt Bay, California, a beautiful national park there, it's dedicated to him. Jerry and his daughter, they spend every September 11th together now privately remembering Richard.